Good morning, welcome to another walk and talk. We have moody skies after all the thunder and lightning last night, but here is the walk and talk I promised around coaching. And by the way, I'm hoping that my dogs behave because they've been a little bit silly this morning. Probably not helped by mountain bikers driving their bikes directly at them when they're sat down or not paying attention. But anyway, I digress. Coaching, not to be mistaken for leadership. Good leaders are also good coaches, but not all coaches are good leaders. Coaching is an element of a leader's armory, but like I say, you do not need to be a leader to be a coach. Why would you have a coach? What's the point of coaching? Well, frankly, this fits into the category of high performance or fulfilling one's full potential. Your full potential doesn't have to be high performance compared to everyone else, but it's the best you can do. Being all you can be is a fun pursuit, regardless of where that performance level pans out relatively against everyone else. And you can do this in many areas of life, right? You can pursue high performance at work. You can pursue it in academia, you can pursue it in sports, you can pursue it just in your health, right? There's lots of different skill sets and things you can try to improve upon. And primarily what a coach does is provide feedback. So feedback loops are extremely important for the process of improvement, because the process of improvement is do, fail or succeed, and go again. Now, if you've got someone who's going to provide feedback after you succeed or fail, when you go again, it's likely to be a lot more effective. So, I mean, look, the biggest challenge with coaching generally for most people is they don't quite have the humility to access it. They're not comfortable with someone telling them what they should be doing or how to do something better. Generally, a lot of people will get very defensive. So there's a level of vulnerability and also honesty, that's required in order to actually get the full value out of a coach. If you're someone who doesn't like having coaches in your life, you're not prepared to pay for them when you can afford them, it's probably because you're a little bit defensive. So anyway, if you are in a position where you can be humble and you're prepared to be honest and you create that feedback loop with a coach, there are some amazing things that you can go ahead and achieve. Now, I'll give you an example of this, right? So Johnny Wilkinson, a hero of mine, he helped England win the Rugby World Cup in 2003, and largely because of just how good he was at kicking a rugby ball. He, at that time, was arguably, and possibly even still, the best striker of a rugby ball we've ever seen. Yet, Johnny Wilkinson had a coach. Why is that? Why does he bother with a coach when he's the best in the world? Well, this is the problem most people have in their mentality about coaching, is they see it as a competition, as oh, you're telling me how to do something and I know better and you're not as good as me. No one's as good as Johnny Wilkinson at kicking a rugby ball. Yet he will sit down with a coach and listen and take feedback. Yet he will go out and constantly practice day after day after day, even though he is the proven best kicker of the rugby ball at that point in time. So, look, if it's good enough for Johnny Wilkinson, it's good enough for you. Whether you are trying to lose a few pounds in the gym, whether you are trying to reach that next level of your career, having someone that can give you honest feedback, someone who can provide structure around your plan, give you achievable goals, they can drive you when you need to be driven. And here's the other thing that people forget. I often meet like really energetic drivers, you know, people that want to push at all costs, like keep going, you know, go faster, go harder, try harder, you know. But also a good coach knows when to take the pressure off. So does a good leader. Sometimes you can be going too hard at it. You can be destroying your body. You could be destroying your mental health. Sometimes you have to take the pressure off, and a good coach knows when to do that. So they're invaluable. And I suppose one of the things that they are particularly good at, you know, regardless of how experienced your coach may be or what walk of life you're employing them in, what they will no doubt be very good at is the basics of the pursuit that you're in. And often when you are pursuing greatness, when you are trying to become better and better and better, you are taking on more complex tasks, more intense tasks under greater levels of pressure. The foundations of your skill set, or whatever it is you're doing, are often the things that become challenged when you push that far. The basics, the little things that you can often forget in the moment. And your coach is not caught up in that emotion. Your coach is not emotionally invested. They don't feel the same pressure you feel. They can detach and they can simply remind you of the basics. Before you're going into that 250 kilo squat, they can remind you that your feet are not in the right position. Before you log off for the weekend and you decide that you're going to enjoy, you know, enjoy a beer after a tough week or whatever it is you do, they remind you to do your expenses and update your Salesforce notes. Boring stuff, but that stuff will pile up pressure on you in the long run. So yeah, that's, in my opinion, the value of coaching. I think it tests and constantly develops your honesty skills, and also your humility skills. It will, over time, if you stick to it and you remain consistent with coaching and you look back all the time, you will see the improvement and you will build trust. And often these coaches that you have in your life will become extremely close friends as well, because they've helped you achieve something that previously was not accessible to you. So yeah, one other thing I would say, I appreciate that coaches often demand a fee, but you can find coaches in all walks of life. So if you can't afford them, you'll have friends and other people that have similar pursuits to you that can take a coaching role with you. But again, you just have to be in a position to humble yourself and learn from them rather than compete with them. So yeah, coaching is available to everyone, whether you're paying for it or not. Again, it just comes back to that honesty, that humility, and whether you really want to improve or not. Thanks for listening. Hopefully that was worth the wait. This is how committed I am to walk and talks. I think we just missed the thunder and lightning. Maybe we can capture it. Duffy, come.